Developing connections as adults and being able to interact is so very important. And unfortunately, with technology, social media, and all of the noise, that can often get lost on our younger generation, especially students who haven't fully developed the ability to communicate with each other. And we have an organization that is stepping in to bridge that gap. Developing Connections Northeast Ohio is this month's Friends and Neighbors recipient. JoJo, thank you so much for being here. And Developing Connections, as I have learned, has been around for quite a while, right? So give us a little history.
So we've been around since 2008. We were formerly known as Dancing Classrooms Northeast Ohio, but Dancing Classrooms was always about connecting students, as you just said, and bringing individuals together. And so, as we say, we changed the D and the C and became Developing Connections Northeast Ohio, and Dancing Classrooms is our premier program. And we are using ballroom dance as the tool to bring individuals, in this case children, 5th or 8th grade children, together to achieve a common goal, which simply happens to be a dance step.
And you don't really think that dance is a form of communication, but it absolutely is. So how is this go? I mean, 18 years, obviously you're doing something right. But I remember being in middle school and you would go to a dance and boys are on one side, girls are on another. There is just nothing going on there. You're changing that to help build that confidence and make them aware that, you don't necessarily have to use words, but the dance is a great form of communication. So how does that work when you go into the classroom?
Yes. So we are a 10-week, 20-session social development program. So we go into schools as the part of the required academic school day curriculum, meaning students don't sign up to have this class, just like science, social studies. Next is Dancing Classrooms. And so we go into the classroom and we make students 2 promises. They will never have a permanent partner and they are going to have a good time. And so over the course of the 20 lessons, we take them on a journey. And so we form 2 circles. And again, through teaching them a variety of ballroom dances, they learn 6 different ballroom dances. They learn to interact with one another in a way that is safe, kind, and helpful, and work to achieve a common goal. So as you said, it's not about communicating through their words, but it's about accepting another individual in front of you and working together. One can't go left and one can't go right and dance the merengue successfully together. And so we need to connect, again, in a way that is safe, kind, and helpful, and move together through space. And so we talk about communicating with your body language, and those skills really do transfer to life then, so they can someday walk into a room standing tall, confident, and represent themselves, or in this case, their classroom, their school, but most importantly, themselves. And so all being taught through ballroom dance.
So 18 years, obviously you've got those shy students that are not really wanting to be there, but I'm sure that as you're nearing the end of the program, for you to be able to see them grow and become confident, I mean, it's got to be such a rewarding avenue to be able to instill this confidence into kids.
Completely. I mean, it's what keeps us coming back, right? Because not every class is easy, of course. And so, yes, our team, we always say we walk in on day 1. Students are less than thrilled to see us, and they will let us know that. And we walk into a room full of children who are hunched over. Their body language is like just trying to hide and cover. And maybe if she doesn't see me, I won't have to stand up. And truly taking them on the journey. We teach in pictures and stories. So it's not taught like one might think a traditional dance class is being taught. And again, the circles are rotating, so they're changing partners all the time. And over time, taking them on the journey. Again, it doesn't happen quickly, but yes, by that 20th lesson is a demonstration. Think of it like an assembly. So their families are invited, the community is invited. And so now not only are they dancing with all of their partners, there's an audience in front of them. And so now you see where these students were hunched over, they're standing tall, and whether they love ballroom dancing or not, they're proud of themselves because they applied themselves for 20 lessons. And truth be told, when you don't like something, it's even harder to apply yourself. So, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Like that's the real, those are the real success stories. Of course, we're so proud of all of them. And in addition to this, because we're part of the school day curriculum, there is a large curriculum component that's implemented. A lot of it's through writing. So we say, we're going to travel all over the world to learn different ballroom dances. And so if you were going to travel in real life, you'd have a passport. So they have a Dancing Classrooms passport. And so really it's an opportunity for them to reflect on all of their lessons. So at the end of their lesson, they sit down. Sometimes it's something like, what's the hardest thing about ballroom dancing? What's the best thing about ballroom dancing? Who's a role model you look up to? And we then bring these curriculum pieces back on that 20th lesson, and students come forward and read in front of the audience. So not only are they standing tall now, proud of themselves and demonstrating these ballroom dances with all of their partners, they're then going to stand up and public speak, and they're going to share something about their feelings and what they wrote. And so, of course, that's a great life skill also.
Wow,
That's
such
fantastic.
amazing growth, right?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
If, with feedback that you've gotten to students, I just got to know, what's the favorite dance?
Oh, for sure. It's going to be the swing is a winner. Also the tango, very, drastic difference. We get to be stoic and serious. And then the merengue is the first one that they learn. So there's something special about that though, too. But the swing is always a winner.
I took ballroom dance in college as kind of an extracurricular. And that was always one of my favorites.
You can't not smile, and it's upbeat. And so then again, the physical activity component of it, you can't have, you got to put all your things down and be present in the moment, and forget about whatever happened at recess, whatever test you're worried about or homework did or didn't happen. You're not thinking about any of that.
Right.
You're just trying to remember the steps and not step on someone's toes.
And that's a valid point. Like you can't, you've got to be able to keep time in your head and focus on what you're doing. So you can't be worried about the text message you didn't send your friend or that test that is coming up. You really have to lock in. So that social media, that technology, that is all gone. I love it. I love it. So, how many students have gone through the program, do you think?
So we are over 30,000 children, which is
Wow.
amazing, right?
Yes.
So it's amazing. And so we work in schools all throughout Northeast Ohio, a lot of Cleveland Metropolitan School District, Akron Public Schools, East Cleveland City Schools, Orange City Schools, some charter schools. So we're really, really grateful, but we're also always looking to serve even more children. So we just love when people connect with us and we can share more about the program and how it works and implement it into their school day also.
Wow. Now, do you offer classes outside of the school?
We don't. So we work specifically with 5th and 8th grade children. The great thing is the classroom teachers are a tremendously important component to the residency. So they are in the room with us alongside their students. And so much of that is because, again, this really is not about the ballroom dancing. It's everything that's happening around that. And so that positive culture shift that we are looking to create and support what's happening already in the classroom. The classroom teacher, by their participation, they're on the circle as a student. And so then suddenly the teacher is now a student and they're taking a wrong step and the student is saying, no, teacher, go this way. And they really get to build a different relationship with their classroom teacher. So if you're a classroom teacher, you'll get some dancing classrooms lessons. And we always give them homework to go home and teach their grown-ups a step. So they've got the best teachers. Yes.
Yeah. Well, just like with anything, you've got to practice.
Yes, exactly.
So
and if you can teach it, that means you're really a master, right?
Exactly. So, people might be hearing this going, wow, I had never heard of this. This is really a fantastic program that you're offering. If there's a teacher listening or a principal or a parent that says, I would love to have this at my school, how does all that work?
Connect with us.
Okay.
Connect with us. We want to have the conversation. They can help then make the introduction to their school. So much comes across the desk of a principal on any given day. And so someone from the community saying, here's this program, I would love, can we consider this? We can then share what that looks like. Also, it's time and money are the most limited resources. So to find the time in the classroom in the school day, that's really how we need to communicate and share with them how we're enriching their school day time by bringing this program in. And then the others, it does, of course, take resources. The schools do pay a portion of the fees associated with the program. And then the community is supporting the other half of it, which is why we're so grateful for this, because Dancing Classrooms and Developing Connections, we're out there seeking funds to do that, to bring it into schools. So it really is, again, a partnership between the community and the schools to bring the program in. Yeah,
and maybe if you're a business owner and you'd love to be able to contribute to this, what's your website that people can go to do that?
Our website is dcneo.org.
All right, dcneo.org.
Exactly.
All right, JoJo, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
This would not be possible, though, without Kelly and our friends at Unity Catholic Federal Credit Union. Kelly, over 3 years, and I am just always I don't want to say taken aback in a bad way, but just so impressed and in awe of the organizations that we are able to highlight and feature as part of Friends and Neighbors. And again, without Unity Catholic, this would not be possible. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, it's been such a blessing for Unity Catholic to work and recognize the community that we serve on a greater level. I am totally in love with this dancing classrooms. I spent a lot of time in the classroom, as you know, teaching financial wellness. And anytime an 8th grader is involved, it is a lot, but this is how we kind of prepare them for the future, right? You have to be able to sit there and, make eye contact and present yourself with nonverbal cues to really engage with someone else. Mm-hmm. And that's really, we're sharing the same mission here. We're just doing it in a little bit different way. Unity Catholic offers all kinds of programs to improve someone's financial wellness. And when you take care of that financial wellness component, it really opens up space in your brain for other things, because you're not always focused on, electricity is due next week. Where am I going to come up with that? If we get you to a point where a budget is, really solid for you, certainly that might include, a checking account, a savings account, maybe a loan or a credit card. But that's what we're there for, is to really enhance the financial wellness of anybody who walks through our doors.
Mm-hmm. Building the confidence.
Exactly.
Money and finances, they're scary.
They're scary things. They are.
There's so many temptations out there. Open this credit card. When you're in college, one of the first things they do is, here, open this credit card. And then you find yourself going into a spiral. Mm-hmm. And then your confidence goes down. And then that's going to affect really everything else.
Every aspect.
And being able to go and talk to, you at Unity Catholic and, your colleagues about how to, kind of get that confidence going. Starting a savings, starting a budget doesn't have to be big, right?
No, absolutely. I say that we're kind of, each of us is born a saver or a spender, right? I'm a spender, but I have taught myself ways to trick myself into saving, right? Comes right out of my payroll, goes directly to a savings account that I don't have an ATM card for. It can start with as little, $5 a pay. Maybe you don't miss that. Maybe you increase it to 10. And that's how we grow. We grow with consistency and habits, right? And that's what gives us that little, I call it my secret money. So whenever we need something, I've got a little stash someplace.
It's the small steps that are going to make the biggest impact. And whether it is financially, taking those small steps to help solidify your future, your family's future, or dancing classrooms, developing connections, getting in there and helping those students, doing it from a young age. And, like you had mentioned, you've got the student savers. You're helping to build that financial confidence now.
Exactly.
So we're helping to continue the good work that Developing Connections is doing out there, so you can continue to build that confidence among our young people, our 5th through 8th graders who are in that kind of turbulent time before, getting ready for high school, the preteens, and there's just so much noise. Let's bring it all together, and you're doing that. So thank you so much for what you do. And Kelly, thank you for being a part of this, but you've got something very important.
$500 is a lot of money when you're putting it towards a certain goal, right? In the scheme of things, $500 isn't a lot of money, but when we're talking to nonprofits who are doing community work, you have developed the skills to really like put every single penny to work, and we're so happy to support you.
Thank you. We could not do it without partners like you, and every dollar absolutely counts. Thank you very much.